Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Greg. Greg Valentine, and this is
Hello, I am Timmy Tizza.
and we
How
are
you
here
doing?
today talking about the Black Panther movie. This is a spoiler warning alert for you. We're gonna do some spoiling up in this thing, so we're gonna talk for about 10 minutes about things that we came
And,
across.
and in case you're deaf, I'm pretty sure he'll slap a big spoiler sticker on the video.
Spoiler sticker. All right, first and foremost, Black Panther. Let's see. What do we think about the plot? The plot.
The plot I found was very simple
Mhm.
but effective. Very simple, effective, and quite frankly, just beautiful.
Yes, I thought it was a beautiful plot as well. The plot that I thought about. How do you, what do you mean by beautiful? You explain.
Because it kind of puts together a story to where not not all family is always agreeable. Like the family fight, family disagree for like not all family get along.
Hmm.
Considering that the protagonist and antagonist were cousins,
Yeah.
and like that's a story that they're told, and it's always kind of funny how certain stories go based on previous cause and effects
Yeah.
about how T'Challa,
T'Challa or his father?
T'Challa's father
Uh, t- t- um,
killed his own brother.
okay, I remember this. I forget it now. It's, yeah. T- no, T'Chaka.
I think it's T'Challa.
Yeah. Okay.
We're terrible with
Yeah,
names.
I had it. I was saying it before, and I totally forget it now.
we're terrible. We're terrible with names. Lord.
T'Challa's father.
Yes, but yes.
T'Chaka. T'Chaka.
T'Chaka.
Yeah, he's T'Chaka. All right.
Cheetos. Oh,
um, yeah, he had to in this situation he had to kill his own brother because his brother pulled a gun on the on who was the spy. There was a series of spies that were sent apart, and what happened was one of the spies found out that what's his name's brother, the king's brother at the time, stole vibranium and was selling it to people. Because the whole thing was that vibranium was the entire culture
Wakanda.
of Wakanda. So Wakanda was built on that. It was like there was a asteroid of sort that fell, and what happened was like the whole continent, whole country was built right on top of that mountain of an asteroid. So you have that all their technology, everything was built on that. So what happened was there were a few people who were stealing and selling it to the world, and their mission was to try and um, the mission was to definitely try and weaponize the black culture, so that the black culture would have enough power to fight off any oppressor, and that they would not be oppressed people. You know, I agree with you in terms of the whole family aspect. There's an aspect where I just sat there and I looked at it all. I was watching how the families interacted with each other and how there was like anger and angst amongst family, and there was revenge in one sense because there you have I forget his name, but one of the chief guards who was in love with the general. It's probably good we should know the names of these people, but
We should know
we
the
should
name
know
of
the
these
names
people,
of
but honestly,
people.
like this is terrible. We got terrible memory
Yeah,
when it comes to names.
and we just saw this like yesterday.
What was your name again?
I don't know. What was her name
I
again?
think I see a butterfly. Hold on.
Okay, it's like all right, cool. Well, there's the thing on the wall, Paris. My name must be Paris. All right, so what
I guess so.
happens?
Sure. I guess my name is Jose.
And so okay, so we have the plot and the way it ended. I really thought it was amazing
Well,
because
we can't just jump from the beginning to the end. Right?
of course we can do that, but we won't. Okay,
Hey,
all right, we
look,
won't.
look, hey.
Okay, we won't. Let's go step by step. So
Step
you
by step.
have the interaction with the sister and brother. That was typical. It was
I
fun.
mean, it was just a typical brother and sisterly love. Not no incest. I know what's wrong with some of you otaku people. Stop it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. So we have a situation where it's like they have there was a couple things I thought about when I saw the plot the first time. Immediately I thought about Civil War, and in Civil War I thought like here he is have his suit, and his suit has vibranium, and he's getting shot in fighting with everybody. He's getting shot when he was fighting with Winter Soldier on the roof, you know, and his suit was, I guess, he had to put it on piece by piece, in order to get into that suit. And so in this one, his suit was kind of ever ready, ever present. So when he just had to think it, it would just kind of emerge all over his body, which was cool. But his suit was not the main subject in the thing. But the point about the suit was that they only give the suit to kings. The king has the suit, And so when he had the suit in the movie, in the first one, in Civil War, I was like, okay, how did he have the suit, on hand? Did he get it from his father when his father died, in the bombing? Or was it like, he had his own suit on the side, kind of like, well, it's like I borrowed my dad's car, I go for a stroll every Friday.
Well, the thing is, are we sure it's just the king that gets a suit? I'm sure that it's only the king that gets to drink vibranium to gain the power of the Black Panther.
Right.
But
in Civil War, remember he was running and chasing Captain America. They were fast running across the street, and they were fighting each other. I mean, did he have the juice then? The heart shape juice then. That's the thing there. And another thing too was
that's a bit of a question.
Right? Yeah, because I was sitting there thinking about that. And then what else? People have rumors about Storm. They said Storm was supposed to be his wife. Now I know it's like almost like a not an origin story, but origin of his kingship. Because they don't explain pretty much all he had to go through to become the Black Panther. But he wore the suit in Civil War. Then here you go, he wears it again, the new updated suit, and then his enemy, because spoiler alert, he wore the same suit as well. You might have seen it in the previews, but it's kind of one of the things there too.
There's multiple suits, so.
Yeah, it's more than one suit. So there's
more than one suit.
Yeah, because they showed in the animation how the suit was the suit was brought up. There was always somebody who wore the Black Panther suit until the current day.
I mean, even in the movie itself, it showed when the sister was presenting the suit to T'Challa.
T'Challa, yeah.
Antetokounmpo, I guess so. I don't know.
It's T'Challa, man. T'Challa. I know that one. That's the name I know. Can't remember from I remember when
when
Tony Stark said it.
Can't remember the rest of To Save Your Life.
When Robert Downey Jr. said it in the movie, I remember it forever. T'Challa. I keep thinking Chala bread. You know what I'm saying?
But yes, when T'Challa's sister showed him the suits, there were 3 suits.
Yes.
Sitting right there before him. 3 separate suits.
His original suit, the new upgrade suit, which was like the shiny one.
It was 2 new,
which is the Killmonger wears, and then you have the last one he picks.
But there were 3 suits right there. So it's not like it's not possible for more than one person to be wearing a Black Panther suit.
That's true.
But that's not to say it's not possible.
But in that case, you do have to, because his villain had a suit also. But but
only the king drinks.
Only the king drinks the power, right?
Drinks the power.
So then, so both of them had drunk the power. And also, I think about the whole thing with the drinking the power business. It had no each person had a different experience drinking that. When T'Challa drank it, he saw his dad. When Killmonger saw it, he saw his dad too, in a different scenario.
Well, I guess it's more or less seeing the man that came before you, facing the one person that you believed in and that you follow after.
Yeah.
Because T'Challa was taken after his father, keeping the routine of keeping the Wakanda away from the eyes of the rest of the world.
Right.
Even throughout the story, they try to keep up a lie of how Wilson, the white guy. Yeah. They try to keep the story of how that guy stole all of their vibranium.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, come on, they have like a whole
mountain full of it. Yeah.
So
and he was able to explain that they took it. They scratched the surface, like little pennies of it. And that was enough to make Captain America's shield and everything, So it's like you have all these things that it was just amazing. It's an amazing story that's just like the background. The Andy Serkis character dies. To let you know that. I didn't know they were going to kill Gollum in this movie. It was messed up. They killed him.
They killed Forrest Whitaker. That made me sad.
I was sad about that too. I was like, oh, good night. Why would they do that?
Why would you kill Forrest Whitaker?
They threw Home Skillet off of the cliff. They
threw the T'Challa off to the cliff, not Forrest.
I don't
even know if they got the very for Forrest Whitaker.
He must have fallen off too or something. Because they didn't have anything with him.
Did they never show if they buried him?
Right.
Or, if he just threw him off the mountain too?
It's just
they just dead. Don't care what happens to him afterwards. What happened to his body?
There was a lot of injury in this movie, and then I liked the one they went to Baku and they were trying to find a way to solve the problem. I thought in terms of how this movie worked, that they did a really good job in terms of like you have to get help from everyone to solve your problems. It's not necessarily you have the ability in yourself to solve problems. You got to be able to find out who you help with. I have a hard time with that myself, just asking people for help because I always feel as though it's like I'm bothering somebody, and I don't want to bother anybody. But that in this situation in the movie, they have a thing where I said before in my review before that there's an aspect of like there's a respect aspect in this movie, respect for yourself, respect for your family, respect for your society, respect for your nation, respect for the world at large. And a lot of the things in this movie they talked about was how you have a gift and you're supposed to really share it, not necessarily keep it to yourself. Did you feel that was what the movie? Well, we figured that was. You have to share what you have, and
I don't know if that was precisely the message, but I think the message was like, well, you have the ability to help the world around you.
Yeah.
You have the ability to improve on what other people don't have, on what people are suffering without, and sure, it's yours to keep, but it also shows that you being selfish, like you're just denying a possibility of helping another person in need.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same way in which T'Challa's father left.
Yeah, that's it. Killmonger. Yeah.
I'm terrible with names. Come on, you know this.
Yeah. But he was the main villain. T'Challa's father left T'Chaka. He left the young Killmonger there after he killed his brother. And his brother, so it's like his nephew. He left his nephew there.
He left his own nephew.
Yeah, he should have really taken his nephew with him.
I mean, Killmonger's mother was never explained.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly how Killmonger's went on to live his life after that. We don't. Did he even go to school?
Well, they explained about how he went into the military.
But in between the time that his father was killed and to him joining the army, that's a significant time gap.
Yeah.
It's not like he was like a teenager and he saw his father dead. He was like a young child. He was like about 7, 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a significant time gap in between there. So whether he went to school or whether he was just a poor kid rummaging in the streets or something, that kind of wasn't explained.
Yeah.
They just have him as like, oh, he was a guy that joined the army, learned all of these special skills, hand-to-hand combat, and they I like the fact that they hinted that Killmonger knew about his homeland.
Yeah.
At a young age.
He knew where he was from. I thought about the whole Batman-esque aspect of it. Well, Batman, the Batman series, his mom and dad got killed right in front of him, and that kind of led him into a situation where Alfred had to take him up and train him and help him to take care of him. And then he got his training from the Society of Shadows, and then he got his training from Zatanna's father and everything like that, and continued his training to where he became like Batman. Well, in this situation here, it's almost like a Batman, but it wasn't both mom and dad died. It was just his dad. And he went and got trained up just so he can fight the King of Wakanda, thinking the King of Wakanda was going to be the guy who killed his father, but he found it was actually T'Challa. So he said, you know what, if I can't get the king, I'll get the king's son and fight with him. And then, that's when Forrest Whitaker jumped in and he said, no, don't kill him, kill me instead. And then he said, all right, and he stabs him. And then,
he said, all right, I'll kill both of you.
He killed both of y'all, no problem. He's like, and it was like just to think of how much anger he had that he's like, I want the throne. I thought about this like a Cain and Abel.
Now that I think about it, it's a bit silly.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really cross my mind after the movie finished. But the thing is, he was a young child. His father was killed, yet not in front of him.
Right.
Yet he seems to have this hostility, this anger towards him. I kind of get in the way how he will be able to put the pieces together that it was the man that wore the Black Panther suit, because they do give him the script and saying, oh, my father was laying there dead with claw marks in his chest.
Yeah.
You know, that does hint to the fact that there was a way he found out, but they never really like clarified how he was able to put the pieces together. Because realize he's like a 7, 8 year old child. I thought I was intellectual at 7, 8 years old. I mean, I was. Come on, I'm a genius.
That's right.
I just can't remember the names for the life of me.
That's right. That's right. I think what he remember when we had the flashback when he was under the ground and stuff like that, and he had drank the purple juice. They had him. I should really know the names of these things honestly, but the flower, see the heart shaped flower, he drank from it, and then what happened was the vibranium juice, like the leaf thing he drank. So when he was underground, it was the thing. He saw a book. Remember, he pulled the wall off the thing, and after he opened it, he had the book, and then the book had T'Challa's name in there. And he had the ring.
Did it?
He had the ring. He had the ring.
I know it had
chain.
I know it had the ring. But did it have T'Challa's name or T'Chaka's?
Is it T'Challa? Yeah. I remember T'Challa.
Oh, my man.
Now, I don't know why I would say T'Challa's name, because it's like, unless, of course, he was writing the story.
What is T'Challa's name?
But it said it.
T'Chaka's name would have been more understandable.
But I remember the spelling that it's like, when it was T'Challa. Yeah, like T'Challa bread.
Are you sure it wasn't
I'm
just a
sure.
K missing his
No,
skirt?
I mean, that's one thing I saw. I was wearing the glasses, and I had a hard time seeing this thing because it was like I was off to the edge a little bit.
But I mean, watching it in 3D,
yeah, it was like I don't know. Next movie I'm watching playing. I'm watching Pacific Rim, just like no glasses. I'm like, I'm taking this like this, So, but
pain for the eyes,
right? Because I mean, like, it was so dark with the glasses. Okay, but back to the thing. The very end of the story, you know who lives in the end of the story. I mean, I don't have to tell you. I'm not going to spoil it for you because you know. But the bottom line is that because you're going to see him, you're going to see Black Panther in Infinity War. He had a commercial with him running with his general, so he's going to be there.
I mean, it would be nice to explain what happens in between Killmonger nearly killing him and him coming back.
Yeah. But it's like we're heading for 17 minutes now. I was going to make this for 10 minutes, but let's see. Now we're in 17 minutes.
What, we're having part 2?
Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, just think about some things. Another spoiler. Again, the suit wasn't really the big thing. The suit was kind of like almost like riding the bus. You got you somewhere, but it wasn't the main idea. The main idea was actually the struggle between black culture. I think also there's another thing, too, was that you have it where he mentioned the villain said a lot of things that was very true. Because that's what makes villains really almost super sinister.
That's the one thing we do have to praise with Black Panther for. Yeah. They actually made a villain that mattered.
Yeah, and you were serious about the villain. You were like, you know what? I appreciate what he's saying.
Like you understand why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, it wasn't a shallow quest of like for his power, for his thing. It was kind of like he says, you know what? My people have been oppressed because we don't have the knowledge to fight back. We don't have the weaponry to fight back.
No, it's not really that. It's the fact that he believed that with the current kings in power, that eventually Wakanda would have been overthrown. Because as the world around them was getting stronger and stronger, Wakanda, who had the manpower to take action, to rule the world, sat and did nothing, and he felt that with the world under Wakanda's control, that it would be better for us. It would be better, especially with the way the black people are treated here in America.
Yeah,
it's a different landscape, even into today's society.
Yeah,
and he felt like Wakanda had the open opportunity to take what they felt was theirs before anyone else had the chance to take what they already have, what they have left.
Yeah, it's like because in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, it has such an aspect of all these different villains and aliens and space creatures, and you got Thanos coming soon. You got Infinity War. You have all kind of things that are happening. So they have to definitely rise up to meet the challenges, and they need as many people and technology advancements as possible to face the coming threat of Infinity War. But in terms of I saw there was a lot. I saw the strength of I wrote a paper in college about how the different types of black people, and this may not be true 100%, but just on my opinion, I just want to say that there was a thing where you have the Aborigines and their culture was really decimated by the English in terms of the Aborigines and Europe and Australia, Then you have their culture is really kind of just parsed and stuff. You have the African culture, and many of the countries they're very strong nationally. They have a thing where they have very strong strength in terms of who they are as people. But then you get to the Caribbean, and Caribbean is very strong with family, but there was a lot of slavery. When slavery happened, they brought families there to deal with slavery. Slavery was done in the Caribbean, and Jamaica, and Trinidad, Caribbean, Dominica. All the different islands were affected, Haiti. And so it's a strong family emblem there. When you get to like African Americans, there's an aspect of like, and it's not 100%, I'm just saying this is my opinion, and paper I wrote in college was about like how the families have been fractured so much. They have a thing where, a lot of single parents are raising kids, and the guys are in jail or in prison or some kind of not there. And this movie, it did a thing where it talked about the power of family and how when family is actually, put together, that there's still going to be fights, still going to be struggles, and that, together they're going to be able to solve the problem. I like the very end of the movie where they're just kind of sitting there talking about, the beauty of Wakanda and how that doesn't happen by accident. That happens with everybody's help. But it's not a movie about just, one race versus another. It's a movie about humanity and how we need each other. How we are as people. We need to just definitely work together. This has a strong spiritual value. But I believe that, God unites people. He brings people together. When it comes to, we focus on trying to solve a problem together. He brings people together, and we can work it out. And it's good when your family is centered around God, and centered around, Jesus, and centered around, focusing on, putting things together. But bottom line is, like, in this movie, it was very strong in terms of like ancestry and looking back to the past for help for the current. And sometimes when you look at that kind of thing, it doesn't, if they didn't know then, they're not going to be able to help us in the future. They might give us some advice. We need someone to help us beyond, but we need each other to work together. Yeah?
Well, that was just the thing. The ancestors were not. In fact, if T'Challa was to listen to his ancestors, it probably would have did more harm than good.
Yeah.
Actually, definitely would have did more harm than good.
Yeah.
Because his ancestors did the very thing that Killmonger?
Yeah, Killmonger.
Oh Lord, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
That Killmonger was trying to avoid, that he wanted to prevent, although his tactics were, let's say, less credible. But yeah, like the connections between his ancestors and T'Challa was more or less a way to show that not everyone is perfect.
Yeah.
Like in the eyes of the public, someone can look so kind, so sincere, so genuine that they don't know the kind of struggles that they hide, the secrets that they have to keep, because T'Challa didn't find out about his uncle nor his cousin until he became king, till after his father was dead.
He never like a day to even think about it. He was like thinking about it as it was happening, and then they're being brought together. You have it where, as he's standing there, he's learning about this stuff. As he's standing there, he's asking questions about his uncle, and then they're telling him all the truth right there. And he didn't have time to even process that. And then he has to go fight this guy, and he gets butt whooped, pretty much. And the reason why he got beaten, I guess, because he lost focus. But the thing is, you're right. It's like, had he listened to his ancestors, he just would have died. He just would have died, and that would have been it. Had he had to kind of take what he had and make it something better,
But at this point, I should know what happened. He wakes up from his nice little coma. He goes back to the Wakanda kingdom to go fight Killmonger. He defeats Killmonger, defeats the people that was supporting him.
Yeah.
And basically saved the day, because Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel.
Marvel.
So we're at 25 minutes now. I just want to say thank you so much for listening. We have so much more we could talk about this story. This story is beautiful, gorgeous in so many ways. We do have so much more
we could talk about, but honestly, I found this movie so beautiful.
Yes.
So, honestly, I would say you guys should go watch it.
Definitely go watch it.
Go watch it for yourselves, honestly. Because me, I am a tough critic to please.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you can ask Greg. Mm-hmm. I am a tough critic to please when it comes to movies. Lord, I will pick out the tiniest bit.
Me, I absorb movies in the way that like I look at it and I try and apply it to my life and try and get some lessons from it. There's some movies that have no lessons in it, but this one has a big one. This one's about family and respect and about caring for each other. Not to mention sharing what you know. It's like there's an aspect of like you have to benefit society. There's a story in the Bible about two beggars that came upon an empty city. And what happened was like they ate their fill of food and they ate and they put on all this stuff and they closed it. It was just an abandoned city.
Great, I thought we were trying to end the video.
I know, but real quick.
I thought we were trying to end
the video. And they came to a point where they said, you know what, it's not good that we just take this all by ourselves. We need to share this with others. And that's pretty much what the end of it was. That they saw it, they took it, but they realized, you know what, we can't keep this to ourselves. We have to benefit the world with it. And that's what you should really do. With any skill you got, as much as you can. You might have misunderstanding and all kind of learning curves with it, but we should really share our gifts with the world.
Man, we got to big ourselves too much.
Yeah, right? All right. All right, thank you so much for listening. This is Greg, and
this is Timmy. If you don't know, I do have a personal gaming channel. Let's just say some of it is PG, some of it is not. Come watch. I try to please all ages and parents.
Together we're Spark City. We have a Spark City channel, Spark City Entertainment on YouTube, Spark City on Entertainment on Facebook, and me, Greg Valentine Animations on Facebook and YouTube, and also Instagram. Well, that Instagram is Daniel Candace.
I'm just Timmy Tizzle on YouTube.
All right.
Subscribe. I need help.
So please subscribe, like, and share with your friends.
P.S. The narration in the beginning had me laughing, especially with the Ugandan Knuckles meme going around. I'm sorry, but I think I found the way. Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
I don't know if I know the way.
Do you know the way? All right, so thank you so much. Thanks everybody. Have a good night. Bye. Hello everybody. Hi, this is Greg. Greg Valentine, and this is
Hello, I am Timmy Tizzle.
And we are here today talking about the Black Panther movie. This is a spoiler warning alert for you. We're going to do some spoiling up in this thing. So we're going to talk for about 10 minutes about things that we came across.
And in case you're deaf, I'm pretty sure he'll slap a big spoiler sticker on the video.
Whoosh, spoiler sticker. All right, first and foremost, Black Panther. Let's see. What do we think about the plot? The plot
I found was very simple, but effective. Very simple, effective, and quite frankly, just beautiful.
Yes, I thought it was a beautiful plot as well. The plot that I thought about. What do you mean by beautiful? You explain.
Because it kind of puts together a story to where not all family is always agreeable. Like the family fight, family disagree for like not all family get along. Mm-hmm. Considering that the protagonist and antagonist were cousins.
Yeah.
And like that's a story that they're told. And it's always kind of funny how certain stories go based on previous cause and effects.
Yeah.
About how T'Challa's T'Challa.
T'Challa or his father?